So welcome everyone. Full spiritual vibe I'm getting, all youth and truth and all people sitting with great postures. This is like the filmmaking bunch. All the people are sitting hunched. This is all the Sadhguru bunch, all looking bright. So I'm here today in conversation with Sadhguru, and the topic for today, or the area we are covering, is youth and truth, and we'll try to stick to stuff that's relevant to us. A lot of questions come from me personally, things that trouble me and things that I wanted to ask someone, and I thought it's a good opportunity. And we picked a bunch of questions from the people as well, from the general youth as well. So I'll start, Sadhguru. First of all, welcome to Hyderabad. You must have come several times before, I'm not sure. But
I came here many times even before you were born.
Oh yeah. He was already telling me he's been doing this since 37 years. But I already know he likes Hyderabad because he was appreciating the Hyderabad traffic police. He was like, these guys are good. So first thing, Sadhguru, I think I feel like I probably am a polar opposite of you, because I'm extremely flawed and extremely confused. I think I might have a multiple personality issue happening. I hate giving advice. Sadhguru gives a lot of it.
Really?
Yeah, I hate giving.
No. I never give advice to anybody. Not ever taken advice from anybody.
Oh, you've never taken as well?
Because I never took advice, I never give advice.
Okay. So there I've gone wrong. And I think a lot of issues, like I blame human nature in general for a lot of our misgivings. And I have like lots of doubts, questions, fears. And usually like you're drawn to some sort of people, you build a relation, you trust them. And usually these are the people you go to with your fears, with your doubts. These are the people you share your problems with. This is the first time I'm sitting with a completely strange man, a guru, and opening up to these fears and questions. So first thing, Sadhguru, is I would like to get to know you a little bit better. So my first couple of questions are about you. Can I proceed? My first question is, I'm not as aware as you guys, but I do watch some of his videos, and I'm always surprised by how do you have an answer to everything, like, and most of it makes sense. And my first feling was this.
Hey, what do you mean most of it, huh?
Yeah. As in, like, I asked you about happiness and you sold me inner engineering program. So other than that, like and I feel like common sense is very uncommon. That's already very uncommon, and I always wonder, how do you have an answer to everything, like?
See, it's like asking, how come you see the tree? How come you see the people? How come you can see the camera? How come you can see ant and bird?
Okay.
No, I just got eyes.
But I can see these things, but I don't have an answer to everything.
No, this is… suppose a person who doesn't have eyes asks this question. You can see a tree also, you can see a bird also, you can see an elephant also. No, I don't see all those things. I just have eyes and it sees everything.
Okay.
So
I basically need to open…
Yes, to bring that clarity. If you have clarity, whatever you see it the way it is. If you don't have clarity, you muddle it up in your mind with all kinds of things. Essentially, this is happening. This is an evolutionary issue in the sense. See, this development of the cerebra, of this cerebral activity, of this ability to process information and thought the way we are doing it right now, is a new happening in the evolutionary scheme of things. So you have a brain for which you don't have a stable enough body. So the brain is not functioning for you, it's functioning against you most of the time. What you call as fears, anxieties, troubles, you romanticized all those things in the movies but essentially, it's your brain working against you. I think very tragically, one Telangana or Hyderabad television anchor recently committed suicide about 4 or 5 months ago, jumped off fifth floor or so. And then she left a note, "My brain is my enemy." Well, it took millions of years to get this brain to this state, and now it becomes your enemy simply because you don't create a stable enough platform. This is all human beings have to do. If you create a stable enough platform, then your intelligence will work for you rather than working against you. When it works against you, you call it stress, you call it anxiety, you call it fears, you call it confusion, you call it madness, but essentially it's just that your intelligence is turned against you. Please don't romanticize this, because your intelligence must work for you. If your intelligence turns against you, there is no force in the universe that can help you ever.
So you're saying if we create a stable enough body to handle this brain, we will…
I said a stable platform.
Platform.
Which body is included.
And how do we create this stable platform?
That's why I gave you the inner engineering program.
How many days is this program?
Oh, this can be just a weekend.
A weekend?
Yes. What we need is 32 hours of focus time.
Okay.
We can format it over the 7 days, evenings,
Okay.
or one strong weekend.
Okay.
But essentially we need 32 hours of focus time.
So my next question was, do you have some sort of superpower, because this sort of clarity you have and how you can analyze everything and give a reply, I find it hard to see like very rarely you see a person be able to do this. Now we have explained that it's a stable platform that makes you do it, but so there's this saying that give a man a fish and you'll feed him for a day, teach him fishing and you'll feed him for life. So I wanted to ask you, tell me how to develop this platform so that I don't need to ask you answers, I will go and give people answers. But…
You will see this all the time around me. When people come initially, they come with 1,000 questions. As they settle down into practices, they are there for 10-15 years, they have not asked a single question. This doesn't mean all questions got answered, questions dissolved.
So do you think if I do this engineering program, I'll have clarity like you and be able to respond to…
If you do inner engineering program.
Yeah, if I did I just call it engineering? Okay. If I do that, I will be able to sit and give answers to people like this.
You should also stop acting and be real. I'm real.
Okay. But can you make it clear to me? Because I really want to sit
yes,
and…
this also can grow.
Okay.
And you don't have to do anything. If you don't meddle with it, it'll grow.
Okay. My next question is, like, I am the person I am because of various things that happened in my life, the decisions I've made, how I've faced, like, events happen in your life and how you react to them is how I've become the person I am. I'm wondering what happened to you in your life to make you the person you are today. What is it that happened in your life that made you take this path even? Or why you're sitting there and I'm sitting here? Maybe if those incidents…
I think we have the same kind of chair, just to make sure.
Why you're giving the answers and I'm asking the questions?
Because you have questions.
Why do you have the answer? I'm asking, what is it that happened in your life that turned your life in this way?
I asked all the questions that you're thinking of now, and a millionfold more questions
When you were…
much earlier than you, and invested my life into those questions. Did not ask those questions casually. Did not go and ask somebody else, what about this, what about that? Questions bothered me, and I realized, just listening to the chatter around you, none of them have a clue about anything. So, I invested my life into the questions.
And you found your own answers.
I did not find answers. My head became empty, even now. It's totally empty and clear. So, if you go and stand in front of a clear mirror, whoever comes, Whether konda comes or mountain comes, it will show. So does it mean to say the mirror knows the konda and the mountain and the elephant and the man and the woman who stand in front of the mirror? No, it's just clear.
So right now you're just empty, and that's what gives you this clarity, eh?
See, when you say empty, see, it's like this. You have a much smaller beard, but you're trying to pull it.
No, it's just a habit.
When is the shooting?
There's a maybe in
you
a
need
month.
it little longer? Is it the reason why you're pulling it?
No, it's just a habit, but I would
That's
love it to grow to that level.
No, why I'm saying this is, our hands or our body can start doing something compulsively. If it becomes very compulsive, then people will say it's an ailment. Otherwise, people will say it's their personality. So personality is a mild ailment. When it gets very strong, people will say, oh, he's gone crazy. Yes? So, when the same happens with your mind, people think it's natural. It's not natural. Mind has become compulsive. Compulsive thoughts, compulsive emotions are happening. People say, this is my personality, this is how I am. This is not how you are. You have become like this accidentally. As you said, various situations and push and pull of life does this to people. So this is a choice that a human being has, that you either become an accidental person or a conscious person. The significance of being human is that we can be a conscious life. Why we're in some way better than other creatures is not because we are more competent. No, a monkey is far more competent in catching a ball, throwing a ball, whatever, you name it. In terms of strength, we are not comparable to other creatures. Only reason is we can live consciously. We can do everything that they do, we do the same things, but we can do it consciously. So if you cannot conduct the process of your mind, emotion and body consciously, then it becomes accidental or compulsive. That is not the way a human being should go, especially you being an actor. If you don't have a personality of your own, whatever person you have to play at that moment, you could be a total that person, rather than becoming a personality yourself. Because personality means a mask, essentially. In the Greek drama, the word persona meant a handheld mask. Those were days, there are only 3 actors, but there are 10 characters in the drama. So these 3 guys will take on different masks, hold it and do those dialogues. This is how the drama was done. So when this mask gets stuck to your face and you can't remove it, that's called a personality. So why do you need a personality? To do different kinds of activity, you need different kinds of personality. People who've been around me for long enough, they have this trouble of seeing me. I warn them, see, I'm going to change my persona now. Watch out, I'm going to change everything about me, don't think I've lost it and don't fall off, hang on. Well, some people have the wisdom to hang on, some people will lose it and they'll fall off. Though I warned them 6 months before I changed my personality completely changing everything about me, the way I think and feel, what food I like also I change. Because this is what a human being means.
But you do that consciously?
Consciously.
To what objective, like why? Just for a change or?
No, to fulfill different purposes.
Okay. Like some spiritual stuff?
No. Life purposes. When I was in the mode of consecration of Dhyana Linga, people saw me like a fireball, always intense. Spoke very little, rarely smiled. Now they can't believe that. So once that was over, then I told them, see, we've lived on the peaks for too long, time to get down to the valleys and do something more easy and simple. So then I get into the activity in the world. So I change my clothing, I change the way I eat, I change the way I look, I change the way I smile and talk, everything, because now you're reaching out to the world. At that time, it was a different goal altogether. Now it's a different thing. So accordingly, you do that.
from this conscious living and compulsive behavior, what would you like to tell us? Like what is better for us? Because we are all just reacting to every day. I'm faced with different situations and I'm just reacting to them and I'm doing whatever is in my best interest. And that is shaping the person I become, and I'm making these decisions consciously. Maybe this I'm doing compulsively, but this I don't care about. It doesn't affect my life in any way.
No, I was just joking.
Yeah. So, but the rest, we are all making mostly conscious decisions.
See, as you said, you're reacting to situations.
Yeah.
When you say reaction, it means it's compulsive. There is a difference between reacting to something and responding to something.
Okay,
isn't it?
maybe wrong vocabulary.
No, there is reaction. You may think through what is your well-being, but still it's a reaction, isn't it?
No, we are also responding to
You're
situations.
also… I mean,
Yeah.
nobody is 100% this or that. Let's
Yeah.
not misunderstand. Somebody is all up there and somebody is
Yeah.
all down here. There's
Yeah.
no such thing.
Yeah.
Every human being rises and goes down, up and down happening. But the fundamental thing is, in a day, from the moment you got up today till this moment, hardly a quarter of the day is gone. How much of your thought, emotion, physical activity has been conscious? Including your breath and heartbeat and everything else.
Oh, if I have to sit and be… But this is supposed to be involuntary, no? Breath and stuff.
It is involuntary, but are you conscious is the question.
Are you conscious of your breath now, every breath?
See, you can inquire, anybody can inquire, people who are around me, traveling with me, have they ever seen me doing any exercise?
Do you know in the car while we were driving, you would do this with your mustache?
No, yes, that is because today it is all little flared up and before I come to the camera, even now I am doing it. In Tamil Nadu,
This is
some
also
television…
conscious, it's not like me.
No, in Tamil Nadu, some television channels are using… Because this is always a problem because I've never cut these things.
Okay.
So I have to do this before I go in front of the camera.
Okay.
And now one Tamil Nadu channel uses a promotional where I'm doing like this. Okay. And they made it, projected it in a completely different way. I'm like challenging the people like this. I'm not challenging anybody, I'm straightening out my mustache. Because if I do this or this, it can make my very face look like this.
Yeah.
So instead of cutting, I'm spending little time on doing this, not separate time when I'm driving. No time wasted.
Yeah.